D-Struggles coming at you with another one. Oh yeah, and today we're gonna be changing this rear pinion seal because the one we got on there be leaking. All right, so since I got the car and started working on it, when I was pulling the engine out, I noticed that the rear end was leaking. It seemed like it's leaking out of the pinion seal, and also it looks like it's leaking out of the tubes, like where the axles slide into, those tubes that go into like the diff part or the rear part. I don't know how to explain it, but I'll show you. Yeah, ain't she pretty? Just washed her the other day. Looking good. You know, besides the little nick scratches and dings on her, she be looking good. Turbo spin. I got to say, since I got a couple like heat cycles on those turbos, you know, like started it up, let it get up to full operating temperature. I've been doing that, you know, every once in a while I pull the car out, at least once a week or 2 weeks, and I start it up and just let it run until it fully heats up. They drive it up and down the driveway, but yeah, ever since the first few heat cycles I threw on there, those turbos have not seized up since. So good to go. So pretty much the research I did was correct. You just gotta break them in a little bit. So I got her up on these ramp stands. This way I can get under here, work more like a gentleman. I ain't got to worry about jack stands. Makes it a little bit easier. So yeah, as I was saying before, noticed all this fluid leaking. Like you can see right here, I don't know what they consider this, the barrel, the tube, whatever, but it seems like it's kind of two pieces and it's seeping out of here. So I don't know how to fix that issue, and it's happening on both sides. But we also have a little leak here. You see that right there on the cover in the back, which I want to take the cover off and drop the fluid out anyway and put fresh fluid in here. But the front pinion seal is also leaking, and it's all wet and stuff. So we're gonna pull that apart and swap that seal out real quick as well, so we don't have to worry about that. But first, I'm gonna hook up the pressure washer and we're gonna clean that whole crap up. This way, we're working on a nice clean surface. Remember, cardboard is your friend. And that's why cardboard is your friend, especially on rainy or snowy days. You know, when you got to get under your car or truck, you know, you stop at a damn Walgreens, a CVS, a food store, grab you a box, and man, you're good to go. You can get under there and get at it. Well, yeah, I got under there with the pressure washer. You know, it ain't 100% clean. There's still some grime and muck buildup on there, but it's good enough. So yeah, we're gonna get under there. We're gonna pull out that pinion seal, and we're also gonna drop the back pan. And yeah, get that fluid out of there, get some fresh fluid in there, and yeah, so let's get at it. All right, I'm finally back under here. Took like a 2-hour break since I started. I mean, all I did was damn pressure wash the axle and put it up on these ramp stands. All right, so anyway, yeah, we're just gonna get all these bolts cracked loose and pulled out around on the plate here, the cap, the damn cover, whatever. So yeah, we get all the bolts out all the way around. We leave the one top middle one, and then we get a screwdriver, some kind of pry bar, I'm gonna crack the pan, and then we got our drain pan here. I'm gonna let it drain up in there. Man, I didn't even get any diff fluid. I'm gonna have to go up to the Wally World and go get me a jug to figure out what kind this takes. Let's see, I gotta get the screwdriver in a nice spot. There we go. So we can pop loose. There we go. She's a dripping. Oh yeah. Man, she don't look bad at all, man. That stuff looks clean. Clean as a whip. Now I'm feeling bad for taking this open. Wasting my money here. I probably shouldn't even have done this yet. I should have just let it leak for a little bit until we got the car tuned. So just leave that screwdriver in there like that, hold it open. Let the sucker drain out. It is on a backwards angle because we got the back wheels up on these ramp stands, so I'm probably going to pull this thing forward off the ramp stand so this way it can drain out all the way. Oh yeah. Alright, so I threw these other two back in here just to hold the pan closed so when I pull forward it don't spill out whatever's left in the front there all over the ground. So here we're going to pull forward, get her all flat on the ground, and then I'm going to squeeze under here, pop those two bolts I just put back in out, and let the rest drain. Alright, get the rest out. Screwdriver in there to hold her open. Alright, I'm going to take another break, let that drain out. Alright, we'll get this last bolt out the top here, and then pull this cover out. Got this little guard, take that off. I think I'm gonna paint this. She's looking good in there. She's looking mighty good. Alrighty, now to get this drive shaft out, I gotta take out the 4 bolts, holding it up to the diff there. And then we got the hanger bearing right here. We got 1 bolt here, and then the other one matching it up on the upside over there. Right, last one. Got the 4 out up there. Got 1 out on the hanger. Just gotta get this bottom one out. Then we can start rocking and rolling. Pull this out. I'll smash myself in the head. This is in there good. Last time I took this off, one of these caps popped off. And one of the little rollers came out. Hopefully that don't happen again. Alright, let's take a look in there. From the 10 billion videos online, and like the 20 that I watch, they say to mark your pinion gear. I don't know, you can either use nail polish paint or something, but you want to line everything up. You want to mark your pinion gear, you want to mark your pinion nut. I think this is called the yoke, but if somebody else knows the proper name to it, let me know. I think this is the yoke. And yeah, and you want to mark the casing here, so all this is all set back up in a line when you put it back together. You want to put it back together exactly how you took it apart. At least that's what they say. So we got the wifey's nail polish here. We're going to use this as marking paint. Some Peach Beach 480. Alright, so we got the pinion all marked with the Peach Beach, which is pretty much pink. See how I have it all marked in a line? Now we can take it off. Hopefully that don't rub off. They also say to count this nut, how many times it unthreads out. So I turned it, I think it was 9.5. Oh crap, it was either 9.5 or 10.5. I think it was 9.5, maybe 10.5. I don't know. Something like that. And then we can slide this out. Oop, there's the washer in there too. Take that out, and then this comes out. All right, now we just gotta get the seal out of here. All right, seal puller time. Pop out the old pinion seal. Since I got this out, I'm going to properly clean it. Do a little parts wash to it, some gasoline and a parts wash brush. And yeah, the whole reason for putting all these marks in it, to make sure it goes back on the exact way you take it off, because look at the bottom of here. You can see that weight there on the right, so this thing's weighted. So it's all balanced with the rear end. So you want to put this all back together, same exact way you took it apart. This way you don't get no vibration or wobble or anything like that. Yeah, now this isn't exactly a how-to video on how to, you know, change your pinion seal and stuff like that. It's more or less just, yeah, getting her done is all I'm doing. So I suggest if you are planning on doing this, go check out some other videos like I did. All right, so I just came across a major freaking problem. They gave me the wrong damn seal. Oh well, I guess we're gonna clean up the diff cover, paint it. Oh man, started pouring out. Damn Betsy had to throw the cover on her. Jeez. All right, till tomorrow. All right, I'm back at it again. 2 days later. All right, so we got our 2 quarts of gear oil, 75/90. That contains the limited slip additive that we need instead of buying it separate and adding it. You got our Felpro pan gasket for our diff cover, which I'm hoping this is the right one. Looks like it. And we got our pinion seal. So each quart of that gear oil was $12.99. The Felpro pan gasket there was $6.29, and then the pinion seal, I think, because I got that at a different place, that was like 15 bucks, pretty much, something around there. So yeah, just around $50 to do the complete fluid swap and seal swap for the differential. Since it started pouring the other day when I started this, I covered the car up because, yeah, this car ain't been outside in any kind of weather since I got the engine in it, so I covered it up. And we wrapped the bag around the whole diff back here. This way I don't have to worry about any kind of debris getting in here, blowing up in here, or anything like that. My first step in getting this back together is we're going to throw this pinion seal back in, get that drive shaft hooked back up, and then all we got to worry about is getting that pan back on. Alright, so what I did here was I took some black RTV and put it around the lip of the ring here. This way I know that's sealed off. I'm pretty sure this red paint on here is some kind of sealant, but just to be on the safe side, I put the black RTV on there as well, so I don't have to worry about it leaking. Alright, so we're going to slide this back over. And then we're going to try our best. And we're going to try our best to tap it down evenly. We're going to wipe the excess RTV out the way. More taps, which definitely needed it because more RTV squished out from the seal, so that means it wasn't set all the way down properly. So also took some of that black RTV there and we smeared it on the splines in here. This way it'll seal off the inside of the pinion part too as well, so we don't have to worry about no leaks coming through the splines. And then we're also going to put a little bit of this gear oil on the outside part here. This way when we're sliding it into the seal, we don't damage the seal. I probably should have also put some of this on the seal itself while I had it out, but I don't know, I wasn't really thinking. But yeah, it should be fine. Alright, so slide this back on. Try to get it the way we took it off. Alright, got that back on there the way it came off. I'm going to throw this washer on here. And the nut. Now we're going to try to get this nut back on to where that snugs up with the marks I made. So like I said, I think it was 9.5 or 10.5. So, and even if I don't count it, it'll be okay, because that's why we looked in the beginning. I was looking, it was 2 threads sticking out from the nut. So as long as I get it back, 2 threads sticking out from the nut, it should be back exactly where I started from. And then we gotta tighten it down a little bit after that. Alright, so I got 2 threads. It's like 10.5 turns, which I didn't count the turns, but it was 2 threads sticking out of the nut. So I think I got it, the 2 threads sticking out now, and I got the lining marks lined up. So now we're going to torque it down. I'm going to try to torque it down to 90 foot-pounds. Oh shit, I meant to put some thread locker on there. Fuck! Drive shaft back in. Alright, now we got the pan laid out here. We're gonna get all this rust off of the pan and that guard there. And use the grinder with a wire wheel on it. There's the magnet in the pan right there. That's all the little metal shavings that accumulated over time, which ain't that much, ain't too bad. Woo! Alright, now it's time to paint these mofos. Alright, now I just wire brushed this. Got the, the loose rust off of it. Still a major pitting on it, but I ain't even worried about that. I just wanted to get the loose rust off. This way we can throw a coat of paint on it. So yeah, I'm painting that one blue. I'm gonna paint that guard there red. I'll see all those little bugs flying around. Let's see how many end up in my paint. I don't know if y'all can see them, but they're all over my yard. Seems like there's this bigger swarm right where I'm trying to paint for some reason. Man, that's fucking nasty. It's like a tornado of them. Quick coats, nothing special. Gonna let this first coat dry, and then we're gonna hit it with a second coat. All right, so this red paint, see right there, a bunch of those little gnats or flies or whatever they are got on my paint here, but it don't matter, it's going under the car anyway. I got Sweetums here picking them off with a tweezer. But apparently they don't like the blue paint. Not one of those suckers landed on this the cap over here. All right, now when you put this pan on with the seal, you can either just use the seal or you can just use RTV. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a thin coat of RTV on the seal and then put it together. This way I have maximum sealant. All right, I got the pan on with 2 bolts in. Now we're gonna put this guard back in here. Oh, this red Rust-Oleum paint is still wet as hell. But the blue paint, that VHT paint, that stuff dried right up. There we go. It's my red guard, my blue pan. I just got to put all these bolts back in, get them all finger tight or whatever, and then we're gonna do a cross pattern when we tighten them. This way the pan goes down nice and flat. All right, got them all back in there, and tightened down real good. I did not do a torque spec on them because I didn't feel it was necessary. I'm pretty good at feeling them out. I've been doing this for so long, so definitely feel like I got them tight enough and it should be fine. Probably put the fluid in the gear oil tomorrow, because typically when I put a pan back on and seal it, I don't really like to dump the gear oil right in there. I like to give it at least a day for the silicone to seal up, since I put silicone on there. And for our next video, we're finally going to be putting them hood vents in, because I didn't want to cut a bunch of holes in my nice hood. I went to the pick and pull and we picked up this used hood. A little banged up, but she'll do fine as a template, because as long as the hood vents I get to go in this hood and it looks good, then I'll go ahead and cut the other hood up and we'll actually put it in that hood. But this is just a practice hood pretty much, just to make sure everything's going to fit before I go ahead and cut the good hood up. So it's clear, anybody that comes across this video knows this wasn't meant to be a how-to video. This is just meant for me getting another step out of the way for my build here. That's it. All right, just making that clear. All right, y'all, so that's it for this one. Peace and love, keep it real, and I'll see you on the next one.